Am I live? Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome to the Extreme Tech Challenge Startup Competition Finals for Digital Health and Fintech. It's so wonderful to be back at CES, feeling the energy of the conference, reconnecting with old friends, making new ones, and it's so great to see so many familiar faces in the audience today. So thanks for coming out to support us. A little bit about Extreme Tech Challenge, or XTC. We started 10 years ago, founded by two legendary Silicon Valley VC investors, Young Sung and Bill Tai. And you might know them as early investors of some of the most iconic companies today, including Zoom, Canva, which came out of the Extreme Tech Challenge community. So it's really wonderful to see how our community has grown. I would say our mission is to support and find these amazing entrepreneurs building tech innovations that create a better tomorrow and give them the rocket fuel to help them scale. And how we define rocket fuel is global visibility, access to investment capital, access to corporate strategic partnerships, and mentorship. And the magic of Extreme Tech Challenge really lies in this community that enables all that work, which includes all of you here. So it's wonderful to see everybody coming out here and supporting the companies pitching today. We really believe, fast forward to today, XTC is now the world's largest marketplace for innovation. Every year, we attract thousands of founders from over 100 countries, covering all tech verticals and funding stages. So it's a really, really wonderful group that we have here on the global scale. And we really believe in technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship to solve some of the biggest challenges that we're facing today and create a world that we all want to live in. And today, you're going to hear from 16 entrepreneurs doing just that. So to get us all excited and get ready for the pitches, let's share a video highlight of our 2022 competition season.
We have many difficult challenges that we are all facing. So what can you do about that using technology?
I am extraordinarily impressed with this program. The Extreme Tech Challenge is an outstanding program for entrepreneurs around the world, and I was incredibly impressed with the energy and passion and overall quality of the companies and entrepreneurs I had a chance to meet.
If you're a founder of a startup, you want to make a real impact and you want to go global, then the best platform you can choose is Extreme Tech Challenge.
You want to mobilize the community of startups as well as corporations.
Many of our generation kind of mess up the planet. You guys might be able to fix it.
Great, thank you. And now I'd like to introduce our co-founder, Young Sung, sharing a few words with us.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us today at Consumer Electronics Show. We're excited to have you join us Extreme Tech Challenge Pitch Competition, some exciting startups that can be able to share their innovation and their startup contributions, making the difference. True innovation takes time, takes entrepreneurship, taking risk, as well as being able to have a long-term vision. The Extreme Tech Challenge is the largest competition in the world to address startups that can apply technologies on UN Sustainable Development Goals. Since 2020, we had over several thousand companies that applied their ideas and sharing their innovation through our innovative forum in Extreme Tech Challenge. A key part of sustainability is economic sustainability. And if we can be able to scale and be able to bring these ideas to reality, we can truly make an impact. And that's the promise of Extreme Tech Challenge, to be the leader in presenting actionable startups for a better world. I have spent much of my life exploring tech for impact. As a startup CEO, we worked on reducing power and improving the performance of compute that can be able to bring the storage and network faster infrastructure to the world that we're living in today. At Samsung, I led teams developing groups to invest and innovate in the area of digital health, next generation infrastructure, smart cities, and mobility solutions. Today, my venture capital fund, World Catalyst, is focused on entirely what I call fifth wave technology evolution, an era driven by data and AI, which are utterly transforming and accelerating progress in every vertical domains. Next 2 days, you will see the pitch from 32 finalists, select from over 240 applicants through 2 levels of judging by top venture capitalists, bankers, technologists, and corporate venture capital firms to arrive at 8 finalists in 4 categories. So today, we're presenting FinTech and digital health finalists, and the scope of XTC is always global, and you will see ventures from India, Africa, Europe, and North America as well. In digital health, breakthroughs in cancer, kidney treatment, diagnostic imaging, empowering the severely disabled by using automation, as well as nutrition and more startups. In FinTech, it's about practical, serious, impactful infrastructure being used to bring empowering the consumers, simplifying crowdfunding for environmental impact, and bringing efficiency and transparency to financial services back offices that missed the last couple wave of technologies. And it is now bringing those technologies to becoming much more efficient and transparent than we have been. I am so happy we can be able to share these brilliant entrepreneurs today. I hope you also get excited as I am about what their entrepreneurship can do, innovation can do to make an impact in our lives. I hope you can join our Extreme Tech community, be able to continue to mentor, be able to support, be able to encourage entrepreneurs to make the difference. As you know, Extreme Tech Challenge is a nonprofit. We cannot do this alone, and I'm glad we have over 300 different organizations that have been involved and volunteered to support very important initiative. So I want to thank you, all of you that has been joined, to be a catalyst, to be a mentor, to be a judge, and to support and to sponsor these initiatives. Lastly, I want to thank all of entrepreneurs that are presenting today. Your hard work is appreciated, and your success will bring more success, and that can be able to make the difference going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Young, for your inspiring words. Now, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, Jamie Butcher. He's the president and CEO of Chemonics International, who's going to be sharing with us his thoughts on what innovations in this space that's really exciting to him and what Chemonics is doing to support these opportunities. Welcome, Jamie.
Thank you. So it's really nice to see everybody here today, and I appreciate this opportunity. As Victoria said, I'm Jamie Butcher, Chemonics International CEO and President. You may not know about Chemonics International. We're the largest sustainable development company in the world, working in international development in nearly 100 countries. Some of the lowest resource settings, some of the most impoverished communities is where we work. And we work on a wide variety of socioeconomic challenges, some of the most intractable challenges in democracy and governance, economic growth, infrastructure, and in this case, I want to talk about health. And we do so. And you may ask yourself, well, why would you be at CES if you're working around the country and the developing world? We're here because we do so often using technology, applied technology, in those communities where we work to create leapfrogging opportunities for the people that we serve. And so that's why we're here, and that's why we're so excited to be partnered with the Extreme Tech Challenge. When we think about health, and I'll dive into one of the areas we work in, global health, really quick. You think about somebody who's HIV positive in sub-Saharan Africa. We happen to run the largest humanitarian supply chain on behalf of USAID, providing HIV, AIDS, malaria, reproductive health, maternal child health, life-saving commodities to people in nearly 60 countries. And you think about that individual, and you think about what their needs are, you begin to discover a wide variety of ways in which technology, entrepreneurship, and the ingenuity you see around these halls can really affect people's lives in super positive ways. Think about that person that's HIV positive. They have to know that they have HIV, so they need to receive tests. That means we have to think about how do we do data analytics around demographics? How do we use satellite imagery? How do we use social media and other factors to map the places where we're going to get those tests? Once somebody knows they're positive, then they have to receive medicine. So we have to do data analytics on our supply chain, working with manufacturers throughout the world, shippers, air freight, and others that get that medicine pre-positioned so somebody can receive a daily supply of life-saving drugs. And lastly, people need to know what their viral load is, something we're all familiar with probably now during this age of the corona pandemic. Having a low viral load means you can keep yourself and your family safe, but it means you have to have a blood sample that you provide regularly that's read by a molecular machine that's often hundreds of miles away from you. So we've used all sorts of technologies to get access to those blood samples, including drones. We've worked on the molecular machines, turning them from an ownership model to a leasing model. And why I'm particularly excited to be here talking about digital health, because it offers us an opportunity to do what we've been doing at a national level, which is transforming paper files into digital files and creating better access to healthcare. It gives us this opportunity to really create a distributed opportunity for individuals to know what their healthcare options are, to have access to their healthcare records, to know where they can go, and to be able to use their biometric markers through the blockchain and other ways to find those records as they work through their lives and their workplaces with them and their families. And that's why I'm very excited to be here to see our startup pitches, to be a part of the Extreme Tech Challenge. We're constantly looking for new ways to bring meaningful solutions to individuals in some of the hardest to reach places, low resource settings in the world. The Extreme Tech Challenge is helping us to do that. We'll be launching a venture fund later this year to really harness the power of entrepreneurship, technology, and ingenuity, working with XTC. Check us out on social media. Thanks again for the opportunity, Victoria. I'm gonna take a selfie because I can, and because this is just so cool. So, whoops, hold on. I messed it up. Of course, the Technology Expo, and I messed up the technology. All right, let me do it again. 1 second. Bear with me, get my camera, and then I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Here.
There we go. Thank you, Victoria. All right, everybody.
All right, say hi.
All right, say hi. That'll go up on our social media and you'll be a part of it. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, Jamie. Here's a quick look at the top finalists presenting today. But before we get there, I want to take a moment to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the judges and evaluators who were so generous with their time and expertise to help us filter throughout the applications and identify these top companies who are truly deserving of this stage today. So a round of applause for our judges and evaluators, and many of them are here. And now, introducing our first presenter, Better Meal AI.
Swati Aralguppe Nagendra, and I'm the founder and CEO of Better Meal AI. So Better Meal AI is a therapeutic that has discovered the world's first biomarkers to detect gut health based on one of the largest clinical studies. We have also clinically identified 460,000 hidden bioactive compounds in food, and we connect the microbiomes and the bioactive compounds to help reverse conditions such as type 2 diabetes, thyroid, celiac, women reproductive issues like polycystic ovarian syndrome, and IBD. We do not require any gut test kits. That's no gut test kits, no poop in the box, no pricking in the fingers to get your gut test results as compared to whatever solutions, gut test kits based solutions available today. So I'm a data scientist and I always want to validate with enough proof points, and that has put us on a journey where we've performed clinical studies with 500,000, that's close to 500,000 patients in India, to discover and validate the biomarkers for the gut and, of course, the bioactive compounds. We have analyzed and validated our clinical study with an 82% success rate. So we have a significantly great traction. We are in our private beta phase, close to 4,000 paid beta users and early revenue. We also have close to 65,000 people on our wait list and 25% increase in revenue month over month. We are also running pilots with, like few hospitals in the US and UK. So our product analyzes your blood test to understand your overall gut health better and then starts recommending the nutritional treatments. So our idea is food as first line of treatment to treat certain conditions as compared to vitamins and prescription drugs that acts just like band-aids, without helping us cure the conditions from the root, which is the gut. Thank you.
Thank you, Better Meal AI. Now rolling to our second presentation, we have general prognostics.
My name is Javier Echenique, and I'm the CEO of GPX, where we're working on a technology called bloodless blood tests. At GPX, we envision a bloodless future for healthcare. Blood tests are arguably the most powerful data that doctors have to understand patient condition, but of course, getting this information can be painful, time-consuming, and expensive. So what if a technology like bloodless blood tests could mean that doctors can understand what your blood is doing simply from your smartwatch? Our secret sauce that allows us to spin out these bloodless blood tests is our mode of unique data and AI. This comes from our bloodless blood test platform, which starts out by collecting real-world biomarker data, both digital and blood from patients. This is paired together in our unique database, which then allows us to extract insights and algorithms from this. Our first product is focused on heart failure, as it's the space we know the best, and then we'll take our learnings from that into the chronic kidney disease market, a much larger market. One of the most important elements that allows us to pursue these lofty goals is the uncommon mashup of digital and blood expertise in our founding team. I have experience in medical devices and digital products, and one of our other founders has experience founding his own in vitro diagnostics blood testing company. We're happy to report strong early performance from our algorithm. First, we're exceeding the FDA's requirements in performance, and secondly, we are approaching the performance of implanted products like CardioMEMS and Boston Scientific's HeartLogic. The data used to build and test our algorithms has come from our series of clinical studies. Right now we're live in our second clinical study where we're studying 150 patients across 6 major US hospitals, and next year we'll begin our FDA pivotal study. Our business model is the same as that of CardioMEMS, which is a subscription that costs $2,000 per patient per year, and available reimbursement codes can actually cover the full cost of the system. In summary, GPX is creating algorithms that turn common smartwatches into powerful medical devices, and we're showing strong performance in our ongoing clinical studies. Our regulatory path and commercialization path are clear, and now we're raising Series A to get through regulatory clearance and commercialization. Thank you.
Thank you, GPX. Now, our next presenter from Calvin Health, who actually made his flight. Welcome to the stage.
Hello, everybody. Can you imagine how safe and peaceful we could feel about ourselves and our loved ones if something can detect the health issues before they appear on the surface? I'm George from Calvin Health, and our mission is to make preventable deaths and suffering a thing of the past by using the power of mobile thermography and AI. In 2018, shortly before my son was born, my wife and I were devastated when her father, Hugh, nearly lost his leg because of late diagnosed peripheral arterial disease. More than 200 million people like Hugh suffer from peripheral arterial disease, and unfortunately, because of the hard access to diagnostics, more than 20 million, which is above the population of whole Florida, develop critical limb ischemia. This is a condition that first takes your limb, then kills you in less than 5 years in almost half of the cases. We decided to use our experience in machine learning and image recognition and built a diagnostic solution as patient-friendly as the specialist or the GP or even his wife taking a thermal image of him. Using a camera like this, basically attached to your phone, we can capture the heat of the body, detect local anomalies, and notify the doctor if needed. Together with the medical team of Professor Ivo Petrov, a leading cardiovascular surgeon, we witnessed that Calvin Health can be as telling about the severe blood flow problems as the very invasive X-ray angiography. As you can see here, there's a severe blockage of both legs of the patients that is also visible on the Calvin Health thermogram. We are currently working on the creation of unique thermoimaging data set, currently containing more than 3,000 images of 450 patients, and it keeps growing as we speak. We witnessed extremely high sensitivity and specificity metrics on this, and a lot of excited specialists in the vascular region, and we're currently expanding our hospital collaborations for a multi-site clinical trial. Once we go to regulatory approval, we start by offering this solution and providing this solution to hospitals and specialists first. But then we want to expand to more therapeutic areas and start offering this in primary care, and even at a later stage to be something in the hands of the consumer, because our mission is to provide accessible preventive care even to remote, underserved, and underdeveloped communities. If you also believe that a true unicorn company should positively affect the lives of billion people, we are happy to discuss how to join forces and help save the limbs and lives of people like you together. Thank you.
Thank you, Calvin Health. Thank you for your presentation. And next, joining us for the video, Menhini.
Very warm welcome. Very warm welcome from the CEO of Arpicus Private Limited. Arpicus, which is product Medini, which is an artificial intelligent disease pre-screening, diagnosing, and prediction SaaS platform. We cater into the areas of oncology, pulmonology, cardiology, neurology, and nephrology. We have done a $1.2 million business so far, 110 clients and presence across 5 countries. We are world's first in many. Screening diseases is just less than 1 minute, and with an clinically certified accuracy of 99.31%. Disease future prediction, contactless diagnostic solution for chronic diseases. Made in Illuminati, what we call ourselves, with everyone from Fortune 500 companies and cumulatively holding 50 plus years of experience in the field. Solving 4 basic niche problems of any of the patient: what happened to me, where it happened to me, what will happen to me, and why it happened to me. It's starting from the Medini Medex symptom checker to clinical diagnosing and patient health future prediction modeling. Introducing you to Medini, the future of healthcare, with a highly advanced deep tech neural network, which decreases the diagnosing time to just less than 1 minute and diagnosing cost to just less than $7. What we do, we average 3 to 4 tests a person needs to do for confirmation of any of the disease, which we have reduced to only 1 single test. Average 72 hours a patient is spent for accurate disease identification, which we have reduced to just 53 seconds. 21% of the cases only have an accurate anomalies identification, which we have increased to 99.31%. We have reduced the cost to just 1/4 of any of the disease identification. 12% cases don't have an early identification, which we have increased to 99%. No cases have a future health mapping, which we have increased to 100%, and only 2% cases had the EWS for health, which we have increased to 100%. This is the breast cancer mammogram, which is an accurate disease anomalies marking. We have started over in 2020, in 2024, launching the world's first climate change human health cross prediction platform. In 2025, launching the world's first ever invasive neurochip capabilities. $4 billion revenue streams with a hospital, insurtech, corporates, and biopharma. We are leading the world. Thanks you a lot.
All right. Thank you, Menhini. Halfway through digital health, next we have Munevo.
Hi, my name is Claudio and I'm CEO and co-founder of Munevo, an assistive technology company that provides a smart glass-based solution that enables over 60 million wheelchair users worldwide to live more independent. We already equipped over 300 people around Europe, and we're now preparing for our launch in the US, and for that we're looking to raise our Series A. So help us empower people. Thank you.
Short and sweet. Next, let's welcome Neural Labs to the stage.
Losing my friend almost half a decade ago was extremely tragic. But even more tragic was the fact that this was entirely preventable with timely diagnosis. If she had been diagnosed earlier, she would still be here with us today. But my friend isn't the only one. Every year, hundreds of thousands of Africans lose loved ones due to preventable diseases. In fact, it is estimated that a staggering 15% of all deaths in Africa would be avoidable with timely diagnosis. Diseases run rampant in Africa due to overburdened and under-resourced health systems. Patients in many communities will have to wait for up to 2 weeks to receive analyzed lab results. But when aggressive diseases like pneumonia can kill in less than 72 hours, a 2-week wait time is a death sentence. Unfortunately, radiologists and hospitals have no way to filter and prioritize medical images so that they can focus on the most urgent cases first. That's why we founded Neurolabs Africa. Using deep learning and computer vision, our technology screens medical images for radiologists and hospitals in real time to identify diseases such as pneumonia, lung cancer, prostate cancer, and tuberculosis. Now, instead of waiting for 2 weeks, we empower doctors to provide accurate diagnosis before even patients get their shots back on. Users of our services are radiologists, hospitals, and diagnostic labs who pay on a transactional and subscriptional basis. We charge an average of $4 per image screened. In Kenya, there are approximately as many as 630,000 X-rays done every month. If we can capture 20% of the market, this translates to revenue of up to $500,000. With operations in Kenya and Senegal now, we are working with 5 hospitals and other institutions in our clinical trials, where we have screened over 5,000 images. For instance, we are presently working with UNICEF Innovation Fund to onboard pediatric-focused hospitals. We have a team with a combined 70 years of experience in healthcare, project management, and business development. As a team, our mission is to democratize access to diagnostic healthcare for all in Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, Neurolabs Africa. And next, Kidney Labs.
My name is Murtaza Ahmadi. I'm the founder and CEO of Kidney Labs. We develop the most accessible and sustainable dialysis technology in the world for millions of patients with kidney failure. We can potentially save 10 million lives per year using our technology, and we can also save 600 billion liters of drinking water per year at the same time. When kidneys fail, patients have to receive dialysis to survive until they find a kidney for transplantation. This process needs large quantity of ultra-pure water, and it is only available to 3 million patients globally. To save the lives of the other 10 million patients that currently have no access to dialysis, we have developed a dialysis technology that is nearly waterless and portable, which allows us to dialyze patients anywhere and anytime with no infrastructure. Our dialysis technology has been tested in long-term animal studies in sheep model with no kidneys. This development was covered by TechCrunch in 2021. And I'm happy to announce that we now have a protocol approved for our first clinical studies on humans. We plan to submit our package to regulatory agencies after completion of clinical studies and other tests on the technology later next year. We have been supported by a multidisciplinary group of scientists, engineers, and clinicians with decades of experience in dialysis-related projects. Thank you very much.
And the final presentation for the digital health track, Pegasus.
When Jean-Pierre, one of our software architects, described his symptoms to us in May 2021, we thought he might have cancer. His diagnosis took until October of that year, and in December he had his first chemotherapy. In April 2022, we lost Jean. In Latin America, 4.7 million patients are diagnosed with cancer each year, which take between 4 and 10 months to start treating them, which reduces their chances of surviving the disease by 26%. My name is Luis Santiago, and I'm the CEO of Pegasus, the platform that accelerates the treatment of cancer patients through the meaningful use of data. To care for patients like John on time, we increased the operating efficiency of cancer centers by more than 33% and treatment adherence by up to 59%. We also reduced the cost of treatment by at least 10%. We have two softwares in our platform, Pegasimed, an oncology information system, and Haptic, a protocol centralization system. Both are sold in a software as a service format, charging on a per user and a per patient format, respectively. We manage more than 400,000 clinical records in 7 Latin American countries, with sales of more than $640,000 and over 500 active users to date. Our biggest competitors in the $1 billion developing world oncology information system market are pen and paper. Our team is made up of 16 professionals from across the region with experience in health IT, hospital management, and banking. We seek to expand to Mexico and Guatemala through an ambitious digital marketing plan, for which we want to close our seed round of $1 million. With this, we seek to close $1 million in recurring revenue by 2023 and disrupt regional oncology. Join us in fighting cancer in the developing world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pegasi. And with the magic of television, we're going to announce the winner of the digital health track. So here it is. The winner is Munevo. Congratulations, Team Munevo. I know they're excited, and they will be accepting the check as well as the trophy. So for group photo, let me ask the founder of Calvin Health up here, and if you're a judge of this track, that you're in the audience, come up here for the group photo, but stick around. We're going to do Fintech right after this. So come up, Calvin Health. And if you're a judge who judges this track and you're here, come up on stage and let's group photo. Congratulations. And now let's kickstart on schedule for the FinTech track of our competition finale. Here, okay. And here are the 8 deserving companies pitching today for the FinTech track. Again, before we get started, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to the judges and evaluators who have spent their time and energy and expertise to help us find and mentor and judge the top 8 that you'll be hearing from today. So with that, I'd like to introduce our first presenter from Bank Sati.
This is Jitendra Dhaka, co-founder and CEO, Bank Sati Technologies. Bank Sati is empowering consumers' financial life by providing right financial product access to last mile users. India is estimated to be largest market for financial products. We all know we have very less penetration for all the financial products. For credit card, we have 3 credit cards on 100 people, whereas in China there is 50 credit cards on 100 people. In USA there is 330 credit cards. Same for all the financial products, we have very less penetration. So this majority of low penetration is coming from tier 2 and lower cities, but as on date, almost 60 to 65% contribution of financial products adoption is coming from tier 2 and lower cities. But the important thing, why this penetration is low in tier 2 and lower India. So India is the very big geography. We have more than 10,000 NBFCs, more than 1,000 plus banks are available, but due to big geography, so banks don't have much infrastructure and the branches to cater in tier 2 and lower cities. And in term of the digital adoption and digital acquisition, So people are not much educated in the awareness to adopt those financial products digitally, and due to lack of trust, or because of the low branches in those areas, so people are not getting right financial products. So we started Bank Sathi, and we built the platform where in between the banks and the customers for the with this. So we build the solution for so we build Bank Sathi platform in between the financial institutes and the customers, and this is the social distribution platform with financially literate micro entrepreneurs. And platforms has multiple category of financial products with multiple financial institutes options, and we are educating and providing the marketing content to our financial advisors so they can use our technology and can provide the right financial products, knowledge and awareness, and the right financial product to that particular customer. So in this value chain, banks are getting the customer acquisition from tier 2 and lower cities at no fixed cost, and advisors are making money on every transaction which they are doing, and they are selling the financial products, and customers are getting the right financial products access with the trustable their social network. So we started Bank Sathi in April 21, and as on date, in last 20 months of operations, we are on 10 million revenue ARR. We serve to more than 33 million customers. We opened 3 lakh bank accounts, 3 lakh demat accounts, more than 100 K credit cards, and monthly we are doing 20,000 credit cards. In term of revenue, right now we are on 10 million ARR. Last year we did 4 million revenue with EBITDA positive, and this year we are expecting to close at 8 million revenue with again EBITDA positive. Till date we partnered with more than 60 plus financial institutes for more than 100 plus products, and we also got IRDA regulator license to serve the insurance in our advisor and the customer network. Thank you. This is Jitendra Dhaka, founder and CEO. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And next presenter, we'll hear from Climatize.
Thank you very much. Okay, perfect. Today, I don't want to talk to you about climate change. I don't want to talk to you about the hurricanes destroying our homes or the floods devastating our communities, because you already know that problem. What I do want to talk to you about is how we put together $155 million worth of climate projects in our funding pipeline, and we're just getting started. I'm Will Wiseman, CEO and co-founder of Climatize. The story of Climatize starts in Barcelona in 2019, when my co-founder and I saw over 100,000 people protesting for climate action. We were struck by the sad reality that we would all go home, and the next day, nothing would be different. Over 250 customer interviews, we asked the question, what is it that everyone from that crowd could contribute? And from that came the idea that almost everyone has a little bit of spare change. So enter Climatize. You can invest directly in profitable climate projects, or just simply set it and forget it, with monthly auto investments and micro investments that use as little as a spare change from your everyday credit card purchases. We take all of the thinking out of climate investing and make it accessible to all. Now you can earn a return for saving the world. So check this out. Here are all my investments from the past month. Then I can browse through our marketplace of projects, and when I find one that I really like, I can learn more, check out the financials, and if I really like it, I can make a $1,000 investment just like that. It is just that easy. We sourced $155 million worth of climate projects and signed a partnership with the Department of Energy. This month, we went live in the App Store for donations. Last month we went live with donations in the App Store, and when we receive regulatory approval this month, we will be launching our investment options. Our team is uniquely positioned with experience designing and financing clean energy projects and has scaled software products around the world. We're operating at the crossroads of the two largest and most profitable industries in the world, energy in finance. We're looking for partners to help us accelerate our growth, so if you'd like to join us, reach out to me. So, when the next generation asks, what did you do about climate change? Don't let your answer be nothing. Thank you.
Thank you, Climatized. Next, let's welcome Expediente Azul. Come on up. A round of applause.
Hello, hello. I need a little help. Thank you. Well, I'm from Mexico, so of course we have to start with some drama. And all right. So, hey everybody. The first thing you will see when you want to get a very large loan, like to buy a house or for your business, is a list of all the documents that you have to send to the financial institution. And this is the face you're probably going to make. Because as you begin to send documents to the loan officer, always the same thing will happen. Some documents will be wrong, missing, outdated, missing stamps, signatures, so on and so forth. We need like a back and forth of emails, phone calls, and even visits until all this documentation is gathered correctly. And this is where we come in. Expediente Azul is an online onboarding platform that we sell to financial institutions so they can offer their customers a very simple dashboard like this of all the documents and data required and the status of each and every one of these documents. And if the document is already out there, we collect it automatically on behalf of the customer. And for the first time ever, we give financial institutions visibility on this data gathering process. And through our machine learning algorithm, we can actually predict if a customer is going to drop off. So in terms of the team, this is me, Roberto Ibarra. I have experience scaling apps to millions of users. And my co-founder actually brokered hundreds of these large loans before. So he's an expert on, we are experts on the tech and business part. Currently, we operate in Latin America, the Caribbean, and Southeast Asia. And we are speeding up loans around 3 times. But more importantly, we are reducing customer abandonment around 2.5 times. Currently, we have around 2.5 million documents across our ecosystem, operating over 100 plus lenders. And for the first time, we are able to share case files across lenders. So in case your loan doesn't get approved by one lender, it can normally be submitted to another lender. And also, as capital has become more scarce, currently through our technology, you can package a group of loans, and our lenders can go out there and get them funded by market funds. So this is the image customers have of financial institutions. You remember this monster? This is the monster that asks for other characters for the documentation in the movie. And this is what we are changing. And through our technology, we are able to remove loan officer biases. So, everybody's human, so we have biases. So we are able to remove these biases to give everybody a fair chance of getting one of these life-changing large loans. And through this, we are reducing inequality and creating more abundance in the regions that we operate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Expediente Azul. Next, joining us on video, Motions Cloud.
Everyone, I'm Lex. Every year, insurance industry, fleet and mobility operators spend over $30 billion on processing claims and inspections. It is manual, tedious, time-consuming, and expensive. That's why we created Motions Cloud. We help insurance companies, fleet operators, e-mobility operators to streamline and automate claims and inspection processes. Motions Cloud uses AI computer vision technologies based on images to make claims and damage evaluations in minutes and cut claims and inspection time by 75% and reduce inspection processes and claim processes by 75% on their costs, as well as improve customer experience. Today, we have some successes. On average, we save 1.5 hour working time per case. 75% of the cost saving opportunity as well on the processing, and we have a user rating of 4.5 star over 5 star. Today, we are a global company. We are serving clients around the world, in the US, in Central Europe, and in Southeast Asia, with big names like Generali. Our clients are insurance company, fleet operators, e-mobility operators, and airlines. That's why we are here today. We really want to explore the possibility to work together with you. I'm Lex, founder and CEO, more than 5 years experience as a claim manager in the insurance industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Motions Cloud. And next, let's welcome M. Zuri.
My name is Chinedu Noha, and I'm the founder and managing director of Zuri Solutions Limited. Our flagship product is Cashier. I'll tell you the reason why we built Cashier. Africa is home to over 1 billion people. Most people know Africa by poverty and high unemployment rate. But the other story is that Africa is also home to over 40 million small and medium enterprises, most of which employ about 84% of the working population and generate 50% of GDP across many countries. But the little known fact is that only about 35% of these small businesses can be considered to be active or functional. A good number of them operate at subsistence level. The reason for this is because they have access to very limited funding. Lenders cannot lend to them because they don't have structured businesses or have records that can be relied upon. To address this challenge, we have built Cashier. Customers or small businesses will use Cashier to record their day-to-day business transactions, engage with their customers, meet their statutory obligations on the one hand. My name is Chinedu Noha, and I'm the founder and managing director of Zuri Solutions Limited. Our flagship product is Cashier. I'll tell you the reason why we built Cashier. Africa is home to over 1 billion people. Most people know Africa by poverty and high unemployment rate. But the other story is that Africa is also home to over 40 million small and medium enterprises, most of which employ about 84% of the working population and generate 50% of GDP across many countries. But the little known.
Okay, we're going to make sure that one's up on our website so we can finish rolling that video. Next presenting, Real Key. Please welcome to the stage.
Hey, everybody. Hi, my name is Christopher Hussein. I'm the CEO and founder of RealKey. We are re-envisioning finance, starting with mortgage lending. For our paying users, mortgage lenders, bankers, and brokers, they spend almost all of their day trying to collect all the documentation needed from a lot of different parties in order to get your loans funded quickly. Now, they have a lot of other things to do, so we're trying to go through and reduce not only the time to close, but the effort involved. Problem is that the existing tools that they're using today have a ton of gaps in them. Whether it is the point of sale, which is really just a lead gen tool. It's anytime you go online, it's the ability to apply online. Unfortunately, these systems don't take complete loan applications. The documents that they obtain are very cookie cutter in nature. And all of this ends up in their core systems, the loan origination system, which unfortunately are not very intelligent at all. They're really form-filling tools to create loan disclosures. And these automated underwriting systems really don't automate anything. They just standardize the data, which is great for us because that is actually what we go through and we utilize to go through and to identify exactly what documents are needed, not only from the borrower and lender, but uniquely from all the parties involved, inviting them to go through and to upload their documents, giving them very clear on-screen instructions so they get the right items the first time, as well as allowing them to communicate through a Slack-like chat so that they can go through and collaborate and get things done very quickly. Now, as they upload documents, or we get them from APIs, we're going through and implementing optical character recognition and going through and using intelligence to go through and to help them to decide whether more data is needed, reconditioning, new conditions, or whether what they provided was the right item. This streamlines and saves a ton of money, again, for our paying users, and helps them to go through and to help out borrowers who might not have known about other products because there's so much documents involved in order to go through and to get them these loans, because there are, again, a ton of gaps in what exists today. This is why we've grown fairly quickly. We just surpassed 3.7 million ARR and had our largest quarter ever in this last month. And right now, we're going through and starting to add on over this next year with a Series A of $10 million to go through and to address enterprise clients. We've already gone through and proven out with small, medium-sized brokers that this is a product that they need, and they have shortened the sales cycles for these enterprise clients. We're also going through, we also, this is a little bit off, apologies. Our team is all thought leaders. All of us have been in the space before. We've scaled large businesses. And so this is something where we're hoping that you'll join us as we continue to grow over this next year. We're also going to be, over the next few years, starting to address other parts of fintech, including student loans, auto loans, financial planning, wealth management, even going to other geographies as well. Getting documents, collecting them, reviewing them, and the communication is a problem all over the world. Again, Series A right now is $10 million. We already do have a term sheet in hand, and we are looking for additional co-leads and also follow-on investments. Please contact me today and connect on LinkedIn. Thank you.
Thank you, Railkey. I believe M. Zuri really deserves his time on stage, so let's play that video again to the end.
My name is Chinedu Noha, and I'm the founder and managing director of Missouri Solutions Limited. Our flagship product is Cashier. I'll tell you the reason why we built Cashier. Africa is home to over 1 billion people. Most people know Africa by poverty and high unemployment rate. But the other story is that Africa is also home to over 40 million small and medium enterprises, most of which employ about 84% of the working population and generate 50% of GDP across many countries. But the little known fact is that only about 35% of these small businesses can be considered to be active or functional. A good number of them operate at subsistent level. The reason for this is because they have access to very limited funding. Lenders cannot lend to them because they don't have structured businesses or have records that can be relied upon. To address this challenge, we have built Cashier. Customers or small businesses will use Cashier to record their day-to-day business transactions, engage with their customers, meet their statutory obligations on the one hand. On the other hand, lenders will also then rely on the data generated from Cashier to make lending decisions. This is being made possible by our partnership with some of the largest banks in Nigeria. We have enrolled about 15,000 customers on the Cashier platform. We intend to onboard 5 million businesses. In the next 5 years, this will lead us to generate net revenue in excess of $70 million in our 5th year. Our revenue sources are from subscription fees, lending commission, and from payment fees. We are making this possible through our team of highly talented individuals with experience in delivering complex technology products in Africa. We now call on you to join us to make the dream of Cashier possible. We need funding to support our product development, talent acquisition, and product marketing. Come join us. Thank you.
Thank you, M. Zuri. And next to the stage, let's welcome Remit.
Hello, my name is Gwyneth Borden, and I'm the founder and CEO of Remint. Remint empowers consumers to rebuild credit while they resolve delinquent debt. We've all seen the headlines. Americans have reached historic levels of credit card debt, and many are falling behind. Delinquencies are increasing and credit scores are decreasing among the young, low income, and people of color, cutting off access to assets, affordable credit, and loans, and maybe even job opportunities. Here's the problem. They've fallen deeply behind. Debt collectors are calling them incessantly and threatening lawsuits. But if they repay that debt, it does not help their credit scores because the 5 factors of credit scores are predicated on open accounts you are or are not paying on. That's why I created Remint. Remint empowers consumers to rebuild their credit by offering, we buy portfolios of charged off consumer credit card debt for pennies on the dollar, and we offer those consumers the opportunity to earn new credit, a savings account, and reward for repayment. What is novel about Remint is if people opt in to pay 75% or more of their debt, they're issued a credit card immediately. Think balance transfer credit card for people who could never get one. They don't have any available credit until their debt is fully repaid, but it allows them to reveal their repayment history on their credit report, which is the largest factor that influences their credit score. We drive people online to resolve their debt in any way that they like, any payment type they like, any payment plan they like. And we use marketing automation tactics exclusively to drive them online to resolve debt. Debt is cheap. Right now, because delinquencies are high, you can buy fresh debt for 2.5 cents on the dollar. I only need a simple payment of one payment to make money, and people can just repay their debt. If people opt into Remint, profit margins are upwards of 2,500%. And because we're creating a long-term relationship with the consumer, we get them on the front end as they repay their debt. But then, after they fully repaid their debt, they have access to credit at 50% of the balance they repaid, which will grow over time. Because this is a big data and debt play, we are going to be able to offer them greater products and services and grow with them from subprime to prime. We are seeking money to get our banking partners secured to offer our credit card. And that is critical because we cannot rebuild credit without getting new credit. Won't you join me on the battle to get millions of Americans remitted to a better financial future? Thank you.
Right on. Thank you. Thank you, Remit. And our last presentation of the FinTech track, let's welcome Spare.
Hello, everyone. My name is Deontra Hughes. I'm the founder and CEO over at Spare. And I'm going to tell all of you how I'm going to pay you to pick up cash. But before I get there, what I want to do is I want to tell you why we're doing this. A few years ago, we developed this platform that was specifically designed around moving physical cash in the digital world. And so some of you might go, why the hell are you talking about physical cash in the digital world? Well, this is why. Cash in circulation has been increasing for the past decade. And so what Spare has done is figure out a solution to help reduce the burden, not only on consumers, but on merchants. The backbone of our economy, you've got 2 million small businesses out there that are spending anywhere between $300 to $1,600 per month just managing their physical cash. The folks that are doing this to them are those big cash in transit companies, your Brinks, your Gardas, your Loomis, those big armored trucks. What we found out during the pandemic is that they raised prices on our small and vulnerable small businesses by up to 20%. This is why we are paying you as consumers to go and pick up that cash. We recognize that there's a $22 billion industry out there that has been growing off the backs of our businesses. And so we looked at this market opportunity, whether it's convenience stores, any kind of music venues or your mom and pop shops, we see those as prime locations within Spare's network. These simple, easy steps here, if you go into the App Store or into Google Play, you download our app, look for Spare, these simple steps are how you get paid to pick up cash from your local small business. You want to help a small business or support a small business in your neighborhood? You want to lower their processing fees? You want to help them survive the next recession or the next pandemic? Join Spare. The reason why the ultimate goal for us is we are creating a better financial system based on the community, the shops and the businesses that you visit in your neighborhood. Our company is poised for astronomical growth in this next year. And how we're doing that is with our small team of 13 people, but also we've got big partners with just over 500,000 devices that will activate through this year, giving Spare a very large footprint nationally and internationally. At the core of it, we built a system that was cheaper, more secure, and more convenient way of managing cash for consumers. But what we've done for our businesses and for our consumers is create a much closer network and reimagine financial services on a community level. Thank you.
Thank you, Spare. And I really hope that you're all inspired by these great entrepreneurs here, really pushing the boundary of innovation to democratize opportunities and build a better tomorrow. I think it goes without saying that everybody who pitched here today, you're truly winners of your own right. Everybody had time on stage and the visibility. So I want to congratulate all the founders presenting today. But with that said, there's got to be a winner. So the winner of the FinTech track is Expediente Azul. Come on stage. Let's also get all the fintech startups on stage and judges. I recognize some of you in the audience as well. Hawaii, Janice. Oh, there is Will. You're here. Come on up. Yeah, come on up. Fintech judge. Maria, you judged. Come on up. Okay. Let's get a group photo with our judges and our startups here. Maria, pop right up. Thank you so much for joining us. We are back today on the tomorrow on the same stage for the Sustainable Smart Cities and Web3 track. So come back and see us at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And also, if you're a startup, apply to Extreme Tech Challenge. If you are an investor, come. Judge our competitions, follow us on social media, connect with me on LinkedIn, and drop me a note. We'd love to see more of you involved in your community. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day at CES.